Numerous Catholic prophecies have pointed to Russia as an instrument of punishment for the West, with some even offering details of a future Russian invasion of Europe. As we discussed in a previous analysis, certain prophecies appear to be unfolding, bringing Europe ever closer to the conditions that could precede this invasion. In this video, we will examine what these prophecies reveal about the war, highlighting key details that many of them have in common. Before Russia launches its attack, Europe will be deeply divided, with several countries ruled by coalitions of far-left factions and radical Muslim groups. These governments will emerge from revolutions and internal strife, plunging Europe into chaos and weakness. It is in this fragile state that Russia will seize the opportunity to invade from the east, aided by several Muslim nations that will strike the southern coast of Europe. The German mystic Alois Erlmeyer foretold that once revolutions erupt in France and Italy, Russia will swiftly and unexpectedly launch its offensive, advancing in 3 columns that will push as far as the Rhine. The rapid progress will be facilitated by the support and collaboration of European revolutionaries who aid the invaders from within. French mystic Marie-Julie Jahenny predicted that the Muslim coalition assisting Russia would consist of the same nations waging war against Israel, where a major conflict will likely also be taking place. She also warned of a dire situation in Paris, describing the city in flames even before the Russian invasion, with the government fleeing the Élysée Palace. Other cities mentioned in the prophecies as sites of great destruction include Prague, Orleans, and Marseille. Many prophecies speak of the conquest of Rome, foreseeing Russian forces reaching the city from the east before the Muslim invaders arrive from the south. They also warn of an Italian revolution that will lead to severe persecution of Christians and the Church. During this time, the Pope will be forced to flee the Vatican. Mother Yvonne Amy of Malestroit, a nun who survived World War II, prophesied that the Russian occupation would be even more brutal than the German one in terms of atrocities, though it would last less than a year. Prophecies agree that during this war, the events foretold in the Marian apparitions at Garabandal will unfold, specifically the warning, the miracle, and ultimately the chastisement, which will bring about the 3 days of darkness. At this stage, the exact sequence of events remains unclear, but multiple prophecies speak of devastating natural catastrophes. The apparitions of Akita also mention fire falling from the sky, a phrase open to various interpretations. The question of nuclear warfare remains uncertain, as some prophecies mention it while others do not. The Austrian seer Gottfried von Wedenberg, for example, claimed that nuclear weapons would be used in naval battles in the Mediterranean, the Adriatic, and the North Sea. He also foresaw massive tidal waves striking the coasts of England, Belgium, the Netherlands, northern Germany, and Denmark. After these catastrophic events, a leader known as the Great Monarch, prophesied by multiple mystics, will emerge. With a small and poorly equipped army, but aided by divine intervention, he will rise to confront and repel the Russian forces and their allies. This marks the beginning of the invaders' expulsion. However, as they retreat, Marie-Julie Jahenny warned that the Russians would launch nuclear missiles against Paris. Prophecies suggest that this war could last approximately 3 years. Alois Erlmeyer also foretold that, at this point, Russia would be consumed by a brutal civil war. This internal conflict would ultimately lead the nation back to God and bring about a profound spiritual conversion. It is possible that by then, the world will already be moving toward a new era of peace and a resurgence of faith unlike anything seen before. As the Virgin Mary prophesied at Fatima, "In the end, my immaculate heart will triumph." This message of hope after tribulation is one we must hold in our hearts. First, we must discern the signs and determine whether they are coming to pass. Then, we must prepare, above all, spiritually, since we do not know the day or the hour. However, we must also make prudent material preparations with common sense. For this reason, in light of the times we live in, we have launched a refuge project in Garabandal, a place chosen by the Virgin Mary as a sanctuary in difficult times. If you feel called to support this mission, we encourage you to reach out for more information. Together, with faith and hope, we will face whatever may come.